to 217, I think. I think that's the way it works. Should be the way it works. If I've got everything correct. Anyway, so this article, the first one's going to be your one, but it's about GameStop closing, well, not closing down, but massive loss, because obviously they get most of their money from pre-owned games. Yeah. Now, the thing that I liked about it, right, I don't like the cost, but the thing I liked about it is like when you're out shopping with other people and stuff, and it's like a shopping mall, right? You could just go, look, I'm going to the GameStop, and I can just sit there and play their consoles until like the women's are finished doing whatever it is women's do, and then just right, no, but like, right, but you, like, I look, most of the women that I know don't really do, like, they're away shopping for like whatever it is, and we're usually, well, I used to with my mate, and when his mum and dad and all that were going to the shop, and like maybe his sister, and basically me, his dad, and him would all go to GameStop and be like, right, we're going to GameStop and going to all the wee gadget shops and stuff. You two do whatever it is you do. Go, like, so they would be, I don't know, because we always like just split off, and it's like, right, you can come and you know where to find us. It'll be GameStop or it'll be the wee gadget shop up the way, and they know where to find us, and that's where we are, because that's what we done. So when they're away looking at bras and panties or whatever it is they do, we've got GameStop in the other place. And now if they're going to shut, it's not a GameStop, it's different here, it's called Game here, it's similar, very similar. But yeah, if they shut all them down, then we would no longer have like a place to go, which would be boring. It's not that I buy games there much, unless they're really, really cheap or something. Right. Oh, they're not getting your... Hang on, I need to... Right, I need to sort something out. Why are you
Oh
not
wait, what
coming through?
happened?
There you go. You're coming through now. I didn't have you... I had you muted on
Ah, you're an
YouTube.
idiot.
There you go. There you
Okay,
go.
so anyways, like I was saying, is that like I don't really buy games at GameStop except for um not too often, except for most of the time it's usually like a used game that you're like, oh man, that's only like $5 or $10 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I've got like an old hand DS or whatever that'll work on that, and maybe my daughter will enjoy it, so you'll pick that up because it's just not very expensive. And
Yeah.
then like most of the time I buy their merch there. Like I buy merch there.
Well,
I'm
actually,
like, oh man, this shirt's cool.
this is what this article actually says. It
They should
says
be a
that
merch
that's how
store.
it says that that's how they're actually making their money now. Like, if you want to go on and read some of the article,
Okay, so they should have smaller game area, like to buy games, and then they should have more merch.
See, okay, the other reason that I don't like GameStop is because I don't play consoles. Like, I'm not well, a wee bit. Like, I've got the handheld consoles and stuff.
They'll have merch for PC games.
They do, no, yeah, they do, but if I was them, I would also sell like the high end PC equipment, which some of them do. They have started to do. They started to do the headphones and the headsets and mice and keyboards and stuff, right?
See,
but they don't really do graphics cards and processors and things.
They should sell merch and things you need, like the controllers and stuff.
Yeah, but they just started doing that for the PC things. Usually they only had like a really small section with joysticks and stuff. before, and they still sort of do that, but they've got more headsets and keyboards and mice now. Whereas before it was just joypads or joysticks for the PC. Now they've actually got keyboards and mice. But if I was them, I would also sell fans, some memory, like all the gaming. I would buy all the gaming branded stuff for the game, for the PC. Like, so like you've got like the graphics cards and the gamer memory and the RGB fans and like all that shit. You know, all the PC gamer marketing stuff.
That seems like a good idea to have those things in there.
If they had that in there, they could actually make a bit more money on that. And if they done like maybe build PC, have their own PC type builds and stuff for gamers, so they would be able to sell PCs as well as consoles. I think they should do that too, because the PC.
I think something that they should focus on instead of like taking up floor space is that they should focus on just having pre-orders there. You know what I mean? For new games. So you go in and you pre-order the game from GameStop, and then they order that many.
Right.
And then they have those all sold. And then instead of like waiting to get it at your house, you can just go in and get it into GameStop, which is nice.
Well, you can do that.
I know you can do that now. I've pre-ordered like Pokemon from them or whatever.
They've been doing that, but they've been doing that for years.
I know, that's like a better thing to do. They should focus more on that and just...
Yeah,
they should advertise that more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They should put that at the forefront. Because like the games that people aren't going in there to pick up because they're buying them on Steam and stuff. And even on my Switch, I don't need to go into GameStop to buy a Switch game.
That's why they're not that.
I download onto my Switch.
That's exactly why they're losing money, because everything's digital anyway. You basically buy a box and all it is a code. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah. So they need to have all these games taking up way less space. They need to they need to shrink that down. I'm not saying get rid of it, but they need to shrink that down. I like that they have used games there because sometimes that's fun. It's interesting to kind of look through, pick up every now and then, and focus on merch and focus on accessories for both consoles and PCs. Yeah,
and what else they could do is they already sort of do. They already sell Steam cards, Xbox cards, PlayStation cards, and all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So instead of having the games, just sell them. Just sell the cards. So that people can go in and buy the card, and then they can put it digitally and just buy it digitally. Of course, some people still want the box and stuff. I don't know why. They just take up space, and it's pointless if it's just a code in the box. It's like there's nothing tangible. I don't want a box.
Yeah, I wouldn't want a box. I don't know why somebody would want. It's not the same as wanting a book, because I know you can have like digital books, but then some people like to have the physical books. That makes more sense to me. Why would you just want like a box laying around?
Some people do. Some people do.
No, that's weird.
I don't think it is. I get it.
Really dumb.
Well, I think books are dumb, but that's no point, right? Taking up space.
No, but it makes sense to have to want to have a physical book of like some of your favorite books or something, because it's something that it's got content in it. If you just have the empty box with the code, there's no content in it. There's no disc.
Yeah.
There's nothing to fill flip through.
Sometimes there is a disc.
Books makes more sense. Okay, but I'm just saying, books makes more sense.
Yeah. But so I think that's what they should do. They should shrink down the amount of games they carry. Put in maybe the top 20 for each console. Sort of like they do with PC games. They only have like the top 5 PC games or whatever, right? And it's fucking shit. And then they have the Steam cards. So if you wanted to get a PC game, you'd have from there, you'd have to buy the game, and it would have to be in the top 10, or you would have to buy the Steam card. But then, what's the point of buying the Steam card when I can just click on Steam without even going to the shop? Like, it
Well,
would
the
only
Steam
be
cards,
because I
the
was
Steam
there.
cards are nice to have because like you can buy a Steam card and give it as a gift. So
Right.
that makes sense.
Right. But that's the
So
only reason that would be there. Right.
yeah, but you're still gonna want the Steam cards.
As I said, the only reason I go into the game shop is just to have a little browse and mess about and maybe play the console that they've got there, just to spend time, because the women's are doing whatever it is they do, and it's just somewhere to spend time. There's no other reason. I'm not there to buy anything really, unless I see something I'm like, oh, maybe. But I've not actually went there to actually buy anything. I've just went there for somewhere to go while she's shopping for whatever it is.
There's a GameStop like super close to where I live, and so I just like to go in there and look around. Sometimes we don't buy anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sometimes I'll see like a little merch thing. See, that's why it's mostly merch, because I'll walk in, I'll look around. Oh, there's a new merch thing. I'm gonna get that. Like when Pokemon gets closer to their release, they're gonna start putting the new Pokemon merch into the GameStop.
Mm-hmm.
And you bet your butt I'm gonna be in there buying some Pokemon merch from GameStop, because it's really convenient. Because I do live very close, and it's the only nerdy store close by me.
Yep.
That is close enough.
Yeah.
Because there was one in the mall, but it closed, so that was like super disappointing. But somebody says it's supposed to open up somewhere else.
Maybe.
That's still relatively close by. But I can't remember where. So I hope they do, though, because I was very sad about it closing down in the mall. I was very upset. I was like, are you kidding me? You don't understand. Like, I live in like a nerd desert or something. Because like most of the people are like sports fans around here, like hardcore sports fans, and there's not very many nerdy things. No. And in the one place that they sell, like they had that nerd shop, then they had GameStop, and then
is that what the shop's called? Is that what the shop's called? The nerd shop?
No, it was called like FYI or whatever. I think it was. I can't remember, but it had like Japanese candies in it. Right. And it had like tons of like CDs and stuff. It had a lot of CDs, but then it had like merch, and it had like.
So it's a weep shop.
It is but it's like a nerd / weeb shop. They had nerd stuff and like weeb stuff. Like it was like a combination.
It's got the animes. It's got all the original soundtracks for all the animes.
Figures. They had some things to do with like games. They had like Pokemon stuff, Fallout stuff there sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it had
GameStop has that too.
Yeah, they do, but they also don't have as many. This place had like some more weeb stuff, because it did have like all the Japanese candies, which was really awesome. Yeah,
I've never seen that. Never seen it. I don't think there is a weeb shop that I know about. There must be in Edinburgh somewhere, but I've never seen one.
Oh, you probably do in Edinburgh.
Probably do.
That's
somewhere.
Like a bigger place.
Yeah, it's a capital city, so it must have. I don't know. I've never heard of one, but then
I bet I could look one up and send it to you and be like, "Go in here more."
Yeah, obviously, if I looked it up, I could probably find one. But like, I've not seen it on the street just walking along.
You know what I just realized though? I know Deus lives in London.
Yeah.
And I know there's like a weeb shop in London, and I should have Deus like buy me some things and mail it to me.
Yeah,
I pay him obviously. I never thought about it.
I might take pics. Huh? You should tell him to take pics of him holding an anime weeb pillow.
I bought you a weeb pillow.
I know. But I'm saying to go into a shop and actually hold on and take a photo would be something else.
I'll have to look up what the shop name is, because like there's like a couple of them in London. Oh my god, I would die. I would freaking be in heaven and die.
Could you imagine?
They have a lot in New York as well. It's just like, right. Anyways, like there's not very many places around here. There's just not, because it seems like most people here are into like hunting and sports. Like those are the big things here. And I'm like,
Wait,
I'm not
I
into
thought
either of those.
I thought you were more north than rednecks capitals. It sounds like a bit of a redneck place.
It's because it's the same as all kind of small American towns are like that,
Mm,
where because if they get
okay,
into where because you have farmers everywhere in every state,
okay,
and so when you get into areas that have farmers, they're going to be into hunting,
right.
all
Like
right,
pubs.
and
There's
then
pubs, hunting, and sport, and that's it.
yeah,
That's the
I
town.
lived in a
Yeah.
small town in Illinois, and it wasn't even that farming related. But it was people hunting was still like a pretty popular thing to do there. I had a friend who would go boar hunting, and like he would do this thing where you climb up in a tree, right? And you have to
Okay.
wait there, and then the boar walks below, your tree,
Sh-
and then you jump down on the
Shit.
boar with a knife.
What the fuck?
That's how you hunt the boar.
Why would you not? Why would you not have like a gun or a bow or like a crossbow
Yeah,
or
he went
something?
hunting with a bows and a guns as well, like deer hunting and stuff
A
like that. But when he
fucking
would go
knife.
boar hunting, you climb up in the tree and with your big ass knife, right? And then you wait until the boar walks below you and then you jump down on it with your big ass knife.
Like some type of assassin. You're like, wow.
Yeah, you was basically, yeah.
I'll slit your throat, boar. Wah!
Yeah.
Oh.
Like everywhere I've been, hunting's
That's mental.
been I would assume except for the cities, but I've never lived in a city. Hunting's been a thing. It's always been hunting, but here in particular, like hunting and sports. And I think hunting is bigger here than it was in other places I've like lived and stuff,
Right.
because people like and maybe I just didn't notice in other places, but I know that people here will buy camo stuff for prom. And I'm like,
Okay.
even in the mall here. Okay, so we went to the mall one time. It was like getting towards prom season, and
Yeah.
they had like a camo prom dress.
That's weird.
I
That's
know
just,
that is like
like-
I don't
know.
understand why people would have that, because it is like not very pretty.
Anyway, putting the subject back to fucking GameStop, right? So, they've had a $673 million operating loss. That's fucking huge. That's a huge amount of money down the drain.
Yeah, it says here, like it says GameStop posts massive loss in pre-owned game sales plummet. So stock hits the lowest point since 2005 after 673 million annual loss. Like Jesus.
Yeah, that's a
Jesus,
lot.
take the wheel from GameStop.
Yeah.
They're driving it into the ground.
Someone needs to be like, look, this plan that we've got is no longer working because everyone's buying digital.
Yeah, I think
We're
what
gonna
me and
have
you
to
said
branch
is
out.
like brilliant idea.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how the CEOs have not seen this, especially since you can see if you could see what's selling most in your stores.
Yeah. It would be hardware.
should-
I think it would be hardware. The most sales, the most
It would be
profit they're getting is
the merch and the
the
hardware.
merch and the hardware, yeah.
Because
So,
I still need GameStop to get my merch. Because like I don't always want to order things online and have to pay for shipping. Like just let me walk into the store.
and I know a lot of people that maybe see like PC games and they see the PC and they're like, oh, where did you get it? What's this and what's that? And it's like, oh yeah, I built it myself. And oh, it's too complicated for me. How can I go get one? And like a lot of the gamer oriented PC things, you can't just go into PC World and get what they brand a gamer PC because it's shit. Right, it's not
Well,
that good for the amount of
I don't
money
know.
you spend
if
on it.
if people thought it was hard and they liked your computer, why didn't they just offer you money for you to build them a computer?
Cause they're retarded.
That is really retarded.
Anyway,
See, I don't go and do that because I got my boyfriend, and my boyfriend can
Right.
put together a computer.
right, but the point is that you can't like the PC world, gaming computers aren't that great. They're not really built for. They're sort of are, but not really. They usually come with a subpar graphics card and a processor.
Well, yeah, anything that you could build yourself is always going to be better than something that you could just pick up in a store.
No, not really, because if you got a proper PC store that actually builds PCs, you can actually go in there and say, "This is what I want. I want a gaming PC."
And they would be able to. That I know of.
Right, but the point is,
and I've never been into one.
Right, but the point is, they could have, okay, here's our gaming type PCs, and they'll give you a wee list of what they are, and then you just be able to get one. But I'm saying that if GameStop sort of not even that, they don't even have to do that. They just need to do what Dell are okay. There's some gaming PCs that Dell sell that are okay, but there's even better ones. There's more bespoke ones online, like overclockers.co.uk. You can go there, you go online, and you say they've got gaming PCs, right? And they're properly spec'd out. They're like, this is a mid-range gaming PC, here's the high-end gaming PCs, they'll play games, right? So it's sort of like better than console, totally fucking out there, a couple of £1,000, right? So you've got from £500 to like fucking a couple of thousand, right? So that's your range of gaming PCs they have, and they have all these different ones, because obviously you can have like fucking 4 graphics cards if you want, right? You can have any of that stuff. But what GameStop should do is say, okay, we've got these mid-range PCs, mid-range gaming PCs. They're synced to be decent gaming PCs. They'll definitely give you a better resolution than a console. Then we've got them. They're like what, $500 or whatever, $600. And then we've got the high-end ones that are like $2,000. So you've got like a bracket of different models. And as long as you have like the GPU, not like the total shit tier GPUs, but the mid-range gaming GPUs with a mid-range processor, that's all you need. And that would be about the equivalent to a console. It would actually be better than a console. And then that's all they need to sell. Just sell them. Just sell the ones that are going to do decent gaming. They're going to be either the equivalent to a console or a hell of a lot better than a console. And that's all they need to do. If they'd done that, they would be able to sell them like they sell consoles, and they'd make money from the hardware. It might be a bit more expensive than a console, because obviously you might need to add a keyboard and mouse. You could even, nowadays, you could even sell them like a console. You could have the wee mini ones that sit there next to your TV, and you could have ones like that too. So you wouldn't need to buy a monitor and stuff, but they could also have the ones that come with the monitors and speakers, and obviously that's going to cost more than a console, because a console's just a thing and you plug it into the TV. You don't need the monitor or the speakers, because the TV does that. But most of the new graphics card, well, all the new graphics cards now come with a HDMI output, so you could just plug it into your TV and you could game on it. Like, the only thing you would need is a mouse, keyboard, and a joypad. So they could do it, and I think that's what they should do. They could probably have like one of their top range ones in there. They could probably have some they could have the high end one, they could have the mid range one, and then they could have their consoles on display so that you could actually have a shot, and then you could try and sell them that way. They could also maybe even have like the VR headsets and stuff in there on the PC, so that people could try the VR shit. That might work. I don't know, but that's what I would do. Like, that's what I would try and do. I don't know if it would work, but I mean, you're not going to work at they're not going to last long if they're losing 673 million, are they? So,
no, not at all.
So I mean, they need to try something. That's what I would try if I was I'd do that. Talking about VR, right? The day I was outside. No,
wait 1 second.
Wasn't today.
I want to pause it because I actually have to use the restroom real quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay.
Right. So, GameSpot are losing massive loss, the largest reported by the company, and only the third annual loss since it grew out of the corpse remains of Funcoland in 2000. I don't know who Funcoland are. GameStop last posted a loss in 2012 when it lost nearly 270 million, thanks in part to weekly holiday sales near the end of the era's console generation. Oh, now we are getting near console end of the console generation, because I think the new ones are coming out next year. New consoles are coming out next year, so they're going to lose again. I wonder how much they'll lose next year. That's pretty bad for them. They're going to lose a lot next year too then. They might be gone. Ouch. As I say, if they do go, it'll be another place that I can't go into. I'll be a wee bit sad, because I'll have nowhere else to go. Be like, no. Like, you got like your Walmarts and shit, but it's not the same as going in and playing a game and having a browse in a gaming shop that's got all the games and shit. It's not the same. So it's not going to be nearly as good. So hopefully they try and diversify, as they call it, right? And get out of that. But more than the amount, the reason behind the new laws could be the cause for long-term concern at retailers' thousands of worldwide storefronts. While hardware sales were roughly flat and new software sales fell about 4% year over year, pre-owned software sales created nearly 12% for the year, continuing a years-long slide. Right, the reason people aren't buying them is because you're selling them too high. You're ripping people know how much you assholes make off the second-hand games, and they're like, yeah, fuck that. You gave someone a tenner and you're wanting £30 for it. Go fuck yourself. That's kind of how you're. That's why you're losing money. Like, if you sold them lower or gave people more money, then maybe some people would be like, yeah, the second-hand stuff, maybe I'd buy it. The reason I don't buy that stuff is because it's like a $5 less in the fucking new game, and someone else has owned it, and I know for a fact you've only gave that person quarter of the price that I'm paying, and I fucking hate you for it. So that's why your sales are down on that shit in the pre-owned software, because you're charging too much. You're giving them not enough money, and you're charging too much for what it is. That's why, you fucking dickheads. Everyone knows that about GameStop. They'll give you fuck all, and then they'll sell it for like twice the price. Are you back yet? No. Did I hear movement? I thought I did. Maybe not. So yeah, that's that one. That's the GameStop guy.
Hello. Okay.
There you're back. So that's GameStop.
Did you read the article?
I read some of it. I'm not going to read it all. I think it's better if we don't actually just by verbatim read the article, right? I think we should have our own. We should sort of go, that's the subject topic, and there's wee bits about the article that will riff off, right?
That might be better, so just reading it.
Yeah, that's what I think we should do.
Well,
anyway, that's what I've been trying to do.
Do you have another article?
Yeah,
okay.
I do.
Well, do you want me to go ahead and I gotta make my daughter food she's outside playing. I gotta call her in to make her food. But after I make her food, I should be back because I ate before the show
Okay.
because I was hungry anyways.
So how long? It's not going to be too long.
30 to 40 minutes. It should maybe take me like 15 minutes or so, I think.
15? Okay.
Yeah, maybe about 15.
Okay.
To cook her something.
Okay. Right, okay. Another question just before you go.
Oh, sure.
Do you buy... So GameStop basically says that most of their money that they make has come from pre-owned sales. Right? Now, the reason I don't buy pre-owned is because either it's only $5 difference between the new one and the pre-owned one, or I know the motherfuckers have basically gave the guy a tenner for it and they're charging me 30, and I'm just like, no.
Well, like I said, I like to buy.
I think they're
used
too expensive.
There. I
Okay.
like to buy like used games there, but it's generally like a used game that's $5 to $15 or something.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And it's like a really old one or something that I'm like, oh, all right, might as well pick that up. I don't get the newer pre-owned ones now.
Right, because they're far too expensive. Yeah, because they're far too expensive.
That's my problem with them. The pre-owned games, I know they've paid fuck all for it, right? And they're charging me quite a lot, and I'm like, that's not worth it. So their sales of that shit, I think, are too high. I think they should, if they want to make a pre-owned thing, they should probably charge less than what they are. That's another thing that I thought of there.
Probably.
Anyway, I'll let you go. You get food. I'm gonna rant about pathetic journalists. So the next one is pathetic games journalists beg for an easy mode in Siroku Shadows Die Twice. So this was the thing. It's really weird, right? Some articles have been making their way around the internet decrying the difficulty and hardships present in From Software and Activision's Shadows Die Twice. The most prominent is from David Tier at Forbes, who waxed lyrics about the troubling journey he had in the third-person hack and slash title. And yes, it's very much I don't know what title. The article was published on March 28th. It needs to respect its players and have an easy mode. He's speaking on the behalf of himself and the cuddle culture forced by today's many of which who believe that grown adults need safe spaces and that mean words are the equivalents of violence. It's not. Okay, I don't buy this game because I don't like the way the games are. I've said this before. It's like Bloodborne and all that, and what's the other one? Oh, I forgot the name of it. You guys don't know what I mean. The From Software titles. It's not because the game is hard. I don't like the way combat. I just don't like the way the combat works. That's all. I don't find it hard. I just find it boring, and more like a quick timey like event. It's like, oh, you need to get to know this monster to go like time it and do all this shit. It's like, oh, if you don't hit the dodge button at this precise time, then you're going to get hit. There's the things tells you. You have to work it out, right? And I'm not bothered. I don't want to do that, right? I'm just not into it. Like the Dark Souls games, there's the ones I was talking about. There's the ones I'm thinking about. Same thing. I don't like the games. I'm not into them. Same as I'm not into platformers. Like if I was a games journalist, I would be like, nah, can't someone that actually likes these games review it? Because I really don't like these games. It's going to be a bad review, right? I can't give a game that I don't like. I don't like the whole format of that type of game, so I'm not going to give it a good review because I don't like the type of game. So what you do, if you've got proper like if you're a proper company, what you do is you have a guy that does the first person shooters. Like I could do the first person shooters. The other guy, he maybe likes the platformers more than first person shooters. So you don't get him to review the first person shooters. You get me to do it. Right? And then you've maybe got the guy that likes the Dark Souls type games. And then you get him to review the Dark Souls type games. This is how you do it. Like, I don't understand why there's this massive problem with games journalists. Well, no, I do. It's because they want their job to be easy. And they can't be arsed fucking putting 20 odd hours into a game. Because they need to get the article out the next day or whatever. They're lazy bastards. But my point still stands. You have different games journalists in your organisation. So they're like, okay, that guy, he's the one that likes the casual games, get him to review the casual games. This guy, he likes the first person shooter games, get him to do the first person shooter games. And there can be overlaps as well, like me, first person shooters and RPGs. Like both. So you could have that one, you could have him do the two. He could do the RPGs and the FPSs. Right? Could do them both. And you get an overlap like that. So maybe the guy that likes platformers also likes the Dark Souls type games, so get him to review them. Right? Maybe he doesn't like first person shooters, then you don't get him to review them, you fucking retards. I don't know. Don't understand. There's just no way I can understand what they're on about. This is why I don't get it. Anyway, so here we go. Here's the sort of from the review or thing about why it needs an easy mode. It's time once again to revisit an old saw. It was true of Dark Souls 3. It was true of Bloodborne. It was true of all the other From Software games, and will keep being true until the only acceptable conclusion is one of these games finally puts in an easy mode. That hasn't happened yet, and so here we are. Shadows Die Twice needs an easy mode. Hello, old saw. I'll be honest, it's not that nice to see you again. Yeah, you don't like the games. You just don't like this. This game is not for you, man. Just saying, it's like me and platformers. I don't like them. And I don't like Dark Souls games either. So I'm with this guy, right? I'll be honest, I don't really care. It's like, it's not nice to see you again. Well, yeah, I never liked the Dark Souls games. Don't own any of them. Don't own Bloodborne. Don't own any of that shit. Because I've had a shot of them. I've played them a wee bit, and it's like it's not that type of game. So to be honest, yeah, it wouldn't be that nice to see you again if I got made to review you, because I would fucking hate every minute of it. And of course, my review is going to be shit. Right? Fuck's sake. So the fact these games don't have any difficulty settings means that only a certain sort of player with time, inclination, reaction speed, and lack of physical issues will ever see the final boss fight anywhere but on Twitch. This is a problem. Okay. I will scroll down to prove that fucker wrong. And I will play this on the thing so you can all see it, because this needs to be done. A disabled quadriplegic shows why it doesn't need an easy mode, okay? This is amazing. This guy, fucking hats off to him, man. Look at this shit. It's got the screen down there. It's got him doing stuff. It's got him doing stuff. He's pressing the buttons. He's using the Xbox controller. That's amazing. Like, he's doing better than I could do. But maybe he likes these type of games. I just don't. But he's doing a good job, look. Doesn't need an easy mode for disabled players, you assholes. The only fucking cunt that's disabled is that fucking journalist. Oh, god damn it. So everyone, if you want to know, I will see if I can find the YouTube channel. There's the YouTube channel. Limitless Squad, I think it is. People saying the game is too hard and want an easy mode. I even saw one post using disabled people with poor motor functions as an excuse for an easy mode. So here's the corrupted monk, done by me, a quadriplegic. So there you go. There you go. And that's him playing it. Look, he's not having much of an issue, and he's doing really well. It doesn't need an easy mode for disabled gamers. It needs an easy mode for disabled games journalists. So he can play it fine. He's having a wee bit of difficulty, obviously. But he's doing a lot better than I would, because I suck at these games. He's blocking nearly every move. Which of course you have to do, but he's got it timed perfect nearly. I think that's amazing. It was pretty fucking awesome. And it's not even an altered game controller. It's like a proper game controller. It's not like he's got like special things on it. It doesn't look to me like it does. I think this is really good. I like watching it. He's choosing these medicines or whatever it is. He's healing up because he got hit. He got hit when he was healing. Nasty. But he's still doing quite well. He's still blocking and jumping away and like all that stuff. He's doing really well. Missed the second. He did hit a lot of them quite nicely. And then he messed up, as you do. I think at some point he runs out of health potions. But yeah, it just goes to prove that the games journalists are just making an excuse to have an easy, so that they can go easy mode and like play the game for like 12 hours and wrap out the review as soon as possible. They're not really interested in the game at all. And that's just sad. To use a disabled person to further your shitty agenda. Oh, it's just awful. It's just awful. It's hassles. There you go. He's done it. Teabag song. Nice. There you go. So, Blast Away, the game review, had a slightly different argument, claiming that the game needed an easier difficulty setting to accommodate people who don't have time to play good games, and it should be made easy to accommodate casual theme-packed titles designed for non-gaming SJWs like Hero Zero Dawn and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Right in. Okay. Hero Zero Dawn? I don't know. Assassin's Creed got shit fucking years ago. That game lost the plot. I liked them all, especially I think it's Enzo series, I think they call it, where it's like Assassin's Creed 2 and then there's like 3 or 4 games in the same storyline. That was awesome. And then the third one was fucking awful and retarded. And then the fourth one was really good, but only because the naval combat. But the story was, by the fourth one, the story was like, what the fuck, none of this makes sense anymore, it's retarded, fuck that. And then I just stopped buying them, because I was interested, basically, in the whole story they had, and then they just fucked it, so what's the point? This isn't about me. I can play games among the best of them, but don't expect me to speedrun a game. I learned through trial and error, just as I did with Cuphead after I had to relearn how to play a game such as it. Trust me, this game is hard. It's the hardest From Software game I've played, but I've progressed at a steady rate with the allotted time I have outside of reviews. So your point is, you didn't have enough time to play the game properly because you had a deadline for the review. Okay? Don't have a deadline for the review. Review it later. If all games journalists were like, okay, we all know this game is going to take us 100 hours. We'll not have, like, first one to rush out the game review that's going to be shit. This is why people don't trust you fuckers. Because you don't fucking review the games properly. Because you don't fucking play them. But again, this isn't about me. This is about others. Those who are neglected because of our mindset of this is how From Software games should be played. And how it's coerced us into hard-set veterans such as experience over theirs, or perhaps I would be able to share my experience. Yo, you back?
Yep.
Well, I'm just having a rant about. Did you see this? Did you hear about this?
About what?
Oh, about games journalists complaining about the new From Software game. What's it? Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Oh, wanting an
easy mode. Yeah.
I tweeted about it.
Right, and then
they're sitting there calling people entitled and stuff that they don't want the easy mode. Can you imagine feeling so entitled that you need a game to conform to you?
Yeah, exactly. No. And this is the part. I've just played a 7-minute video, of a quadriplegic playing the game and winning. Right? So one of the games journalists is like, it's not about me. This is about others. Those we are neglecting because of our mindset about this is how From Software games should be played, and how it's corralled us into hardened veterans of such experiences over the years. Or perhaps I want to be able to share my experience with those who can't play games as us From Software veterans do. I want to share my memories with them, my enjoyment of those games, and even encourage them to try harder difficulties once they have succeeded in their previous endeavours. They don't need an easy... Oh. No, listen. Okay, I've already been through this. I don't like From Software games. I don't like Dark Souls. I don't like Bloodborne. I don't like the type of game. It's just not for me, right? So I wouldn't review it. Like, if I was a reviewer and someone came to me and goes, can you review this? I'd be like, no, I review first-person shooters and RPGs because that's the games that I like. So I've got a good idea of what a good game of that type would be, right? I would say, if you got me to review this game, I'd fucking hate it. So there's no point. I don't like these games. I don't like. It's same as platformers. I fucking hate platformers as well. I've got a fucking bias against them, right? Don't get me to review it. Right? You've got a big organisation. You've got like 4 or 5 journalists, right? So if you got my way, what I would do is I'd have one journalist that does FPSs, one that does like, I don't know, the From Software games, one that does like platformers, and one that does the other thing, right? But you could also have, some of them could have overlaps, so some of them might, like me, do the first person shooters and RPGs. I could do them, I could review them, right? And maybe the other guy that does the platformers maybe likes the Dark Souls games as well, so maybe get him to do them. And get the other guy to do the football games. Maybe he likes the football games and the more casual games. Get him to review them. You don't get a guy that doesn't like that type of game to review it, because it's just, oh. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're doing your job properly, right?
Like, have people that specialize it. But the thing is like, you know, having a game journalist for like each kind of game or whatever, or each game genre, I think would be good. At least the game genres.
Right.
But I don't think it would get rid of this sense of entitlement that they need an easy game. It's like they want their whole job to be easy.
Oh, that's exactly what
they want their whole job to be easy.
I know, that's exactly
what it is. It's fucking work. Oh my god, you have to work? Oh, it's work. Congratulations, you're working.
Exactly.
For your job.
Yeah.
You're getting paid to do. Stop bitching.
Right. And it's also deadlines, right? So,
oh no, you got your deadline. Literally everybody has a deadline. You think at my work where I work at a fabric store. Guess what? We got deadlines. Not like the same that they have, where they have to get out a freaking article by a certain date. But we get shipments in, and we all got to put it away by a certain time, no matter how much they ship.
Right, but you can't do that. Okay.
Everybody's got to come in. They'll like.
Oh, no,
they'll,
okay,
like,
no.
there,
yeah,
and then they'll ship a bunch of boxes, and guess what? We're still putting crap out. We're still putting the crap out.
Yeah, no, but I do get what they mean, right? What they mean is,
that they're not
okay.
having.
No,
that they
maybe
don't think
you've
they have
got
enough
a game.
time to meet their deadline. Well, maybe
No.
they should get better at the game.
No, it doesn't matter
and
how
beat
good
it
you
a
are.
little faster.
Doesn't matter how good you are at the game. If it's 100-hour game, it's 100-hour game, right?
Oh, well then they
there's
just
no
gotta
getting past that,
they just
right?
gotta put up with it. There's lots
Right.
of jobs where people gotta sacrifice a little bit of their time, their personal time, or their sleep a little. Oh man, I've got that like deadline tomorrow. I gotta go ahead and lose a couple hours of sleep so I can get it in.
No, but let's be realistic, right?
That is realistic.
But even if you've done that, if it's like
Don't game
100-hour
journalists
game,
get the games first before they come out so they can review them?
sometimes not. Depends. But basically, what? Okay.
Okay, wait. You want to know? You want to know something? No, I'm not going to put up with. I'm not going to put up with this excuse.
I'm with you. I'm not making an excuse. Okay?
Review games too, and they do it.
Yeah, but usually
they play the game.
Longer.
They put out a review.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I get it.
That's all the games journalists got to do. If YouTubers are doing it, I expect you to be able to do it and stop.
Yeah. No, but the YouTuber doesn't have a deadline because he's himself, right? He doesn't.
Well, yeah, but he puts it out within a good amount of time that the game's like still new.
Right, but usually, so usually I can see his point because journalists or the company you're working for, what you have to be the first with the review, right? Because you're the first with the review, you get more clicks. No.
You don't.
I know you don't. Listen, I know you don't, but that's what his boss is saying, right? So he's in a rush to do this game, and he can't review the game properly if he doesn't have the time to play it, right? I get their point, but if that's what they're all complaining about, then I'll get together and go, look guys, this game is going to be this long, so my review is going to take longer. It just is. Maybe I'll be late.
I go on YouTube for reviews anyways, and they're not putting it out
like at launch day.
They're not friggin'
Exactly.
They're putting it out on a good time, and that's and I go and I click on their video and I watch it. And I don't just click on one video because I like to have different perspectives.
Yep.
I watch like 15 people's reviews for a game that like I'm thinking about buying.
Yeah, me too.
Like Pokemon game. Even if I buy it, like I bought.
No, you were going to buy the Pokemon.
Let's Go.
Shut up. You were going to buy the Pokemon games anyway.
Anyways, no. I'm saying when I bought it even. So I got Let's Go Pikachu, right? And I'm playing the game, right? I'm still fucking watching people's reviews on it.
Right.
Because if it's a game I'm into, if it's a game I'm interested in,
right.
I'm like, I wonder what other people think.
Right.
And so I'm going to go and watch like 20 people's reviews on their play for Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee. Man, I wonder if other people are enjoying it. I like this. I kind of don't like this aspect of the game, right? Or something like that.
Right.
I wonder what other people have to say about it or if they said anything. Right. And then I go watch their reviews.
No, but okay. To do that, right?
They're putting out reviews just fine and getting plenty of watches on their videos. A lot of people.
Right. I know.
So
but
what
this
are
is
these
what
game journalists fucking complaining about?
They're complaining about how shit their job is because their boss is shit.
Everybody's job's shit. Everybody bosses is shit.
Right. No, but they got like a shitty deadline.
But
I would say my boss. I would say my boss, right?
Other reviewers are putting out stuff, and I'm watching it because it's a good review. Even if I already own the game and I'm currently playing it, I can still go and watch it.
Exactly, and I would, if I was doing that shit, right? I would never be a fucking journalist anyway. I can't fucking type to save my life. But say I was doing that and I was doing a review. I'd do a review of a game, like a YouTube type thing, and say, yeah, I quite like this. It was pretty good. Blah blah blah. Here's the bits I don't like about it that all our first person shooters that have done that this one doesn't do that well, and I've seen it done better. Like, but the only reason I can say that is because I play a lot of fucking first-person shooter games, right? Like, if you give me Pokemon, I'd be like, this game, nah, it's okay, but I'm just not into it. Like, you couldn't ask me questions about why this one's better than the last one, or what differences there are, because to me, it's just a fucking Pokemon game, right?
Yeah, I go watch the PokeTubers.
Right.
That's what they're called. They're PokeTubers. I go watch all their reviews.
Right, but like...
There's a bunch of them. And then, like...
That's what I'm trying to say, right? So there's, like... if you're a games journalist, right, and you have to review all these different games, even ones you hate, you're not going to review the games properly. Like, I would... If someone gave me a Pokemon game to review, I'd be like, I'm not the person to do this. But I know someone that is, and I would just give it to you, right? That's how it would do.
Yeah,
that's
that
how
makes
it would
sense.
work. Because you'd be able to critique it properly. Like, I'm not going to be able to critique this game properly because I've played them like 2 or 3 times. I'm not that into them. I don't know what all the differences are. I just see it like, oh, I'll bring out fucking Pikachu and then he electrocutes shit. I bring out this other one that sends the other one to sleep. I've no idea about the lore or anything. I'm not like... So I'd be like, yeah, Pikachu still has his lightning shit. That other one still puts shit to sleep. I'm disappointed there's no cats. Let's talk about why there's no women in this game. Like, that's what games journalists are now. They're like, that's exactly what they do. They don't like the games they're playing. They don't like the games they're reviewing. And that's why they go on about political shit all the time. Because they've got fuck all to talk about. Because they don't like games. And it pisses me off. And then you wonder why people laugh at them.
Oh, and if you're not into a game and you don't play it because you don't like it or whatever, then you're not gonna play it well.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they look like a joke.
Well, they are.
They look like a complete and utter joke.
And they are. And they don't understand why, and they're complaining about everything. It's funny. I love sitting watching the shit show that is the games journalist.
Yeah, it's not like I'm good at like playing every type of game. And I bet like if you gave me a type of game that like I don't like, and I'm not like, well, you know what? Freaking Pac-Man. I'm awful at Pac-Man. People will be laughing at me as I lose all my lives.
Right, I think a lot of people are bad at
I don't even
Pac-Man.
get past the first level. Okay, I'm awful at Pac-Man. I hate it. I hate Pac-Man. Pac-Man is shit. All right? But I'm bad at it. Okay?
So, are you brilliant at all the other games? What games? Like, I've already said, like, the From Software games, probably
really
Pokemon.
Good.
Probably, like,
yeah,
what game do you not like?
I'm really good at strategy games like Red Alert and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And Age of Mythology. Those, I'm really good at those. My boyfriend is awful at them. Okay,
right.
Get this, all right? Get this.
Yeah.
I don't use hotkeys, okay?
Right.
So maybe somebody that's also super good at the games and is using hotkeys.
They do. Yeah,
I know
they
they use
definitely
hotkeys.
do. Oh yeah, they do.
But I don't use hotkeys, right? My boyfriend, all right, he's gonna play against me. He doesn't play against me anymore. He's gonna play against me. Yeah. All right? And he's got he doesn't play because he already knows the outcome. He's just I'm gonna lose.
He's not going to be annoyed with you for saying
this was like a while ago. He's gonna play against me, right? He practices without me. You know, he's like practicing. Yeah. He's got all his hotkeys set up, and he's sitting there watching me drag my mouse from one corner of the screen to the other corner of this because I don't use it, and I'm like whooping his ass, and he's like got this whole setup, and I'm looking like. I don't like to use hotkeys. I just like to. This is how I like to play because I don't care if somebody that's really good at the game beats me because I'm not using hotkeys. I'm gonna play how I want to play. Yeah. So I don't have any hotkeys. I'm like moving my mouse where I need to go, selecting all my troops. You know, with my little mouse. He's like over there hitting hotkeys as fast as he can.
Yeah. So could you imagine?
I'm whooping his butt.
Yeah, so could you imagine him? So could you imagine him reviewing that game? That's what a games journalist does.
No, yeah,
he's gonna fucking hate it. He's gonna hate it.
Yeah. He's gonna hate it as like his freaking girlfriend's whipping his ass.
Yeah,
he doesn't like to play those games.
Exactly.
He tried to like legit practice with it. Like he legit practiced with it to get good at it to try to beat me, and he set it up his hotkeys. He's practiced with his hotkeys. I'm still whipping his butt because it's like I bet if I did use hotkeys, I friggin' would
Oh,
dominate
you would mash them.
Earth.
Yeah.
I would dominate all of Earth. I'm pretty sure. Like I think I would kick anybody's ass. I just don't like to play with hotkeys.
No,
I think I would kick a lot of people's ass. I think like if I played competitively, I would be in the top 10. To be honest.
No, I don't think
I might be
so.
pulling my own. I might be pulling my own little thing, but I know that I'm really good and I beat people. Without using
now you're masturbating
hotkeys.
Yourself.
I am
will not allow
masturbating.
this.
Without using
I will not allow
hotkeys,
this.
I think if I actually used them,
I will not allow this.
But I'm just saying.
Koreans would kick your ass.
Okay, I'm not talking about the Koreans. They kick everybody's ass.
Okay.
They're in their own league.
Okay.
I'm talking about other Americans.
I don't know about that,
No.
but the Koreans in StarCraft would kick the shit out of you.
The Koreans would kick the shit out of me.
And that's professional.
I'll give them that. The Koreans are wild, man. They're wild at every game. No, but I'm just saying, like, I know that I'm really good at the game, and I'm not using hotkeys. That if I did use them, it would be, I think, like.
So
that would
what
just
you're saying is, your boyfriend was using every weapon at his disposal, and you were like, "Nah, I'll take this disability. I'll not use hotkeys."
Yeah,
and
it's
you
kind of
still
like
beat
fighting
him.
with like your left hand,
Right.
and like you're still winning.
Exactly. So he's pretty bad at them.
Yeah, that's just showing how bad he is. But I'm also
Yeah.
really good at them, even without using the hotkeys.
Right.
I can beat people. I play people online. I can beat people online. I've beaten other friends and stuff.
I think. I think there might be a challenge coming on once you get your PC back to proper gaming.
I'd have to like get back into it and practice a little. But yeah, I would definitely.
No, you don't get practice.
I'd be
You just
upset.
fucking play, and we'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, I'd have to remember what to do for things. I don't quite remember because it's been a long time. It's
Same
been
for
at
me.
least, like,
I've never played.
7 to 8 years before I
No.
played that kind of game.
We will pick. We will do that at one point, right? We will stream it as well.
Oh, definitely.
And we will pick a game on Steam that is similar to that, and we both don't know the mechanics that
definitely.
we've never played. But we'll play it, so it'll be like a Command and Conquer game, right? So it'll be that.
Okay,
that
so
type.
Command and Conquer game that neither one of us have played.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that would be cool. I would do it.
And we'll do that, and we'll see who wins.
That's going to
seems
be
like
interesting
cool.
because, like, usually I will, like, play one and, I'll learn all the stuff.
No, but we don't do that. We just go straight into it and we do multiplayer.
I know, we'll just go straight
away.
in. No, that'll be fun and interesting. I've never done that before. Because usually I play before I try to, because, like, obviously I play before
too.
to learn about the game mechanics first.
Exactly.
And then I, like, go in and kick people's butts.
Yeah, but I think it would make a good video if we just went in.
No,
and we're like,
I think
right,
I think that would make a brilliant video. That would be a lot of fun because like both of us would be sucking a bit.
Right.
So that would be fun.
And then it would just be like our skill is the one that's going to win is because like you've learned the game faster or it's just skill. Like either way, it's strategy. Right.
Yeah, well, it's a strategy. It's a strategy. I don't know. I don't know if like I'm just better at the strategy than my boyfriend is.
It sounds like it.
But like I have friends that will do the hotkey. I've had friends that and they would beat me, and sometimes I would beat them. But they were more good match.
I'm
for playing
actually
against because it was like more so. And online too, online people that I used to play or whatever, I would win some, lose some. Because they were more evenly matched.
I'm actually the same as
me.
you. I'm the same as you. Okay, my mate would dominate me on like Command and Conquer and shit, and Red Alert and things like that. But I noticed that he was using hotkeys more than I did, and that's probably why. It's like, oh, that's okay.
I don't use any hotkeys. I don't know why. I guess like I just like to take my mouse from one long end of the corner to the other long end of the corner.
Yeah, no,
of the screen.
most of the time the same as me, except if I've like sometimes I use them, but not as much as other people, where they go bang 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 and they do that shit.
Yeah, some people can be really really fast. If I had practice, I could be fast with hotkeys too. It's just I prefer.
Yeah, but I just prefer
to
like
just
doing
play
it
with
slowly.
Yeah,
I just prefer
you prefer it
snailing
too.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I play similar.
It gives a different feel to the game when you're playing.
Yeah.
So, and I rather have more fun than win.
Yeah. No,
like,
no.
If I'm having fun playing how I want and I lose, then that's cool beans to me. You know, I'm like, whatever. I had fun.
I think we'd both probably say the same. I think that makes sense. So
whereas my boyfriend's super serious about it.
I know. I just do it for fun. I don't get angry. Anyway, I forgot.
He didn't get angry about losing, but he got serious.
Yeah.
And I'm over here like chilling and having a good time.
Yeah.
And he's like really over there serious.
Yeah, no. Most of the time, I play games like that all the time. I don't care. Just like me.
Yeah. See, that's how I am. I don't care if I'm going to lose because I'm not using the hotkeys. I'm chilling over here and I'm playing and I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you beat me. That's cool. We'll play again another time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do that all the time. I don't get angry. I don't start smashing up keyboards and mice and fucking monitors and shit.
No.
I just go and it's fun.
No, my boyfriend doesn't get angry like that. He didn't get angry losing to me. He just got really serious to try to beat me.
Right, I don't get competitive like that. I just don't give a shit. I just like me.
My boyfriend kicks my ass at Smash though, so he's got that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That like certain games, people are better. Yeah,
he's got certain. But I think I could still like, even though I say like a new Smash came out, even though like I'm not like terrible at Smash though. I'm just like I'm not. There's no way I could do any sort of playing against somebody that plays competitively. Like there's no way I would lose. Like like my boyfriend used to play Smash competitively when he was
Finish. Because we need to say goodbye to YouTube. I completely forgot.
Oh, do we? Bye YouTube.
They've had an hour and 11 minutes.
Oh, they got extra time. They're so lucky. They got to listen to me like.
They did. More than
talk
usual.
About how good I was. I was like so good at
Right, stop it.
Age of Mythology, man.
Right. So it's just okay.
Yeah.
Bye bye YouTube.
Love that game. If people on here, if they haven't played Age of Mythology, play it. Go YouTube, play Age of Mythology.
There you go. And tune in to aerithradio.co.uk for the rest of the show, which is like another 40 minutes or something. Anyway, good night YouTube.